Hello and welcome back to the Patriotic Master Podcast. My name is Patriotic Master, aka Timothy John Anderson. So today I'm here to talk about the August 6th primaries, in which you will have 4 states having primaries. Today I'm going to talk to you about a battleground state, and that is Michigan. We have some interesting races in Michigan this year, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how they all play out. To start off, I'm going to start off with my endorsements for the Senate. I originally was endorsing Rhino Mike Rogers, but then due to some consideration and some advice from one of my fellow patriots on Twitter from New Hampshire, he convinced me to pull my endorsement from Mike Rogers. And so now I'm endorsing Justin Amash, co-endorsing Justin Amash and Sandy Pensler. Both of these two I think are solid on the issues and would do really well, and would be an upgrade to the current Senator Debbie Stabenow, who is now announced her retirement, and who from the Democrat side is probably going to be replaced by either Leslie Love, the representative, or Representative Elissa Slotkin. Now mind you, Elissa Slotkin is power hungry. She wants to get up there in the Senate, to go farther than she's able to in the House. And for now, we can only hope that the people of Michigan, independents, libertarians, and the GOP, and even some moderate Democrats, are smart and think, you know what, the Democrat candidates are all too radical for us. We need a conservative Republican, and hopefully they can help the GOP show their true colors, show the true way of conservatism by nominating either my endorsed candidate Justin Amash or my other endorsed candidate Sandy Pensler. Hopefully one of these two wins, and we can take this Senate seat from the Democrats, because you figure how bad that would sting if the GOP takes down the Democrats in Michigan's Senate race. That would be an amazing achievement. That would be an amazing achievement, and the Republicans would be well known from now on for that. Then we go to the 1st District. The incumbent Jack Bergman is facing a challenge from my endorsed candidate, Josh Saul. Josh Saul, I think, would be a total upgrade to Jack Bergman. Bergman is a yes-man to McCarthy, and I think he totally has probably compromised with the Democrats on some of the issues where he shouldn't have. So I'm hoping that the people of the 1st District help Josh Saul beat Jack Bergman and bring a new face to the United States House of Representatives. Then we go to the 2nd District. This is one of the few races where an incumbent is not being challenged. And I'm endorsing John Molinar, who is running for re-election. And I hope he wins re-election and stays in the House and helps the GOP manage to maintain their majority. Then we go to the 3rd District. And I'm co-endorsing Paul Hudson and Michael Markey. And these two are challenging Hillary Scholten of the Democrat Party, who beat out a Trump-endorsed challenger to the former Representative Peter Major, who Gibbs ended up losing to Scholten in the general. This is why Trump-endorsed candidates need to be careful. People need to be careful about which candidate they support. Because let's be honest here, do you wonder why Democrats bolstered Trump candidates back in 22 for the Senate and the governorships? Because they knew they were easy to beat. They knew that the rhinos were harder to beat because the rhinos could appeal to the moderate Democrats. But the moderate Democrats are not going to go for a Trumpian candidate. And that's why we lost so many governorships in 22. Why we lost so many Senate races. Why we lost the Senate race in Pennsylvania and all that. But that's beyond the fact here, so. Again, I asked the people of Michigan to get out there for Paul Hudson or Michael Markey to be the one to challenge Hillary Scholten and take that House race. The 3rd District back for the Republican Party. 5th District, you got incumbent Tim Walberg running for re-election. I endorse him, and I completely support him, and I hope he wins re-election by a pretty decent margin. Heather Smiley is a Republican candidate, and she is running to challenge Debbie Dingell, a well-known radical in the Democrat Party from Michigan, and a part of the establishment. So, to all the people of Michigan's 6th District, let's get out there, support Heather Smiley, and let's help her beat Debbie Dingell and take the seat for the GOP and embarrass the Democrats here really badly, because we need to start embarrassing these known communists really badly. 7th District, you got Tom Barrett. He is running for a House seat that is actually being vacated by a current sitting representative, Elisa Slotkin, who is running for U.S. Senate to replace Debbie Stabenow. And this November, he is going to have a challenge in Curtis Hertel Jr. So let's get out there for Tom Barrett, and let's help him take this R+2 district back for the GOP. In the 8th District, I'm co-endorsing, now here's where I'm co-endorsing 3 people. I'm co-endorsing Mary Draves, Anthony Hudson, and Paul Junge to take the R+1 district seat held by Dan Kildee since 2012 back for the GOP. In the 9th District, I'm endorsing Lisa McClain, the incumbent. In the 10th District, I am endorsing John James, the incumbent, who won in a newly built district that is R+3. In the 11th District, I am endorsing Charles Frangie to challenge and hopefully beat Haley Stevens in the 11th District of Michigan. Now, mind you, this is a D+7 district, but let me tell you something. We have embarrassed Democrats in slight margin Democrat districts before. So who's to say we can't embarrass Haley Stevens if we get out there and help Charles Frangie beat her in November? Michigan's 12th. We actually got a really good candidate here in this one. Michigan's a 12th, yep. We got Rashida Tlaib of the squad, and she's being challenged by my endorsed candidate, James Hooper. Could you imagine how embarrassing that would be if Hooper beats Rashida Tlaib in a D+23 district? Could you imagine that? Like, seriously. The fact that Rashida Tlaib has won re-election so many times, despite the fact of her vile rhetoric towards Jews, her vile rhetoric towards the American people who are patriotic and everything, like, I'm astounded. But it is a D+23 district, so that could kind of explain why she gets reelected every time. And in the 13th district, we have my endorsed candidate, Martell Bivings, challenging Cherie Thanadar of the Democrat Party. So let me say this, everybody. We are at a time right now where we need to be careful. And we need to go into these races with brilliance at the highest levels. Because seriously, if some of these candidates don't win, or we lose any more House seats in Michigan, then this is going to really drive down our chances of holding the House. Because right now we got the House, but by a slim margin. And then the Senate is held by the Democrats by 1 seat. Because all 3 independents in the Senate, I can't even remember what the word is for it, but caucus. They caucus with the Democrats, even though they claim to be independent. They caucus with the Democrats. This is the funny thing, is if we do not pull-off victory in November in the state of Michigan in these important races, or hold seats that we have in Michigan right now, and maybe gain at least 1 or 2 seats. I think maybe we could gain at least 2 or 3 seats in the House in Michigan if we play our cards right. We could do it. And then with the Senate races, like I said, we need to stay away from Rogers, who is a Trumpian candidate, because Trump sees him as a part of the establishment and easily able to do anything he wants, Trump wants him to do. And Rogers will bow his knee to Trump, which is not something we need in the next U.S. Senator from Michigan. So we need to get out there and support Justin Amash and Sandy Pensler, because these two are conservative on the issues. They will fight for the American people. Mike Rogers has already shown he can sell out real quick for the biggest amount of dollars he has offered. So we need to get out there to anybody in Michigan. You need to get out there and support Justin Amash and Sandy Pensler, because these two are the best candidates to take down whoever the Democrats throw into the race, whoever the Democrats have as the candidate for the November general election for the 7th district. Because let's say this, to be honest, even in the first place, the reason that Kildee or Slotkin are both representing red districts, I'm astounded they're representing red districts and that Republicans haven't been able to beat them. Like, I'm astounded. But, I mean, you know how it is, politics. All they gotta do is play simple politics, and then people go out and vote for them instead of the GOP. So again, everybody, to anybody who is in Michigan, please get out there, support my candidates, and let's help get them across the finish line and help start turning Michigan red again. And let's take back the U.S. Senate by supporting Amash or Sandy Pensler. Alright guys, that's it from me today. That's my episode for today. I'll come back to you live. I'll come back again soon to do a rundown of the Kansas races, the races in Kansas, Washington, and the other state that is involved on doing their primary on August 6th. So, alright guys, that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day and have a good weekend, guys. Alright, take care and have a good one.